All right, guys, we are going to do the flush layer. This is the last layer before varnishing, and we are done. I'm hoping to have this baby all put together and done by next weekend. It is July 15th, so it's taken me over a month to do this baby because I've been doing things here and there and the other way. So these are the sponges I use. I get them at my Family Dollar in the makeup aisle. And I love these sponges. These are perfect. So we're gonna rip it, all of these. I tend to do one per limb and one for the head. Okay, that's because it starts to get yucky after a while. And I will use these same ones when I do the varnish. And that's why I do it that way, because they tend to get yucky once varnish gets on them. I've already got my water and my emulsion in here. I am going to add the flesh layer. And like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of red. I'm also going to take this red and do a little bit more with the nails, I think, down at the ends to make them a little bit darker. And they're hard to do and it's going to take a while, but I'm going to show you how I mix this up, and then we put it on just like we do the other stuff. I am using Ceramic Coat, and this is the equivalent to Flesh 08 in Genesis, and this one is called AC Flesh. It's just flesh color, and it's the closest color to my skin, and that's why I use it. I don't use a darker one. I have different shades of flesh, but I tend to like this one the best. It's more of a creamy, peaches and cream kind of color. And this, I use the whole brush. I get enough product on it. I got it all over me, so I want to make sure that I wipe this off before I touch the baby. I don't know why it did that, but I'll have to rinse that off. And mix this up. It's kind of thick on the thick end, because I want it that way. You don't have to. You can do it just like everything else. You can use it thin and do more layers. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm just gonna add a little thick, because I don't think I'm gonna do more than one coat of this. And I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of red. That was more than a little tiny bit, but and you're going to mix it up, and it's going to have like a red undertone to it. Red. It's still flesh color. It's just going to have red in it, and it's going to blend better with all of that. So throughout this, you want to keep mixing it so it doesn't separate. Keep mixing and add it just like you do the other ones. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. It was my hubby. He had a mandate today, and they went to a movie. They saw the new not Men in Black, 007, not 007, with Tom, what is their name is, whatever his name is there. Scientologist dude, Tom Cruise. And now it's so hot the next couple of days. I don't want to go anywhere. After I'm done with work, I want to come home and relax. And so we have to go grocery shopping, and I didn't want to go on my day off, which is tomorrow. And it's too hot. It's going to be like 105. I'm not going anywhere. So he's on his way home. And I said, why don't you just go shopping? I'll send you the list. You're already up there, and you can get stuff, and you can pick out your lunches and everything and all of that. He's not happy about it, but he's going to do it for me. So, which is good. I just have to help him bring it in when he gets home. And yeah, that'll definitely work, you know. So I did most of the limbs. I've got the arm, this arm, and I got another arm and a leg to do. And I just brush it on. I mixed it up, brush it on. I do like sections, like I'll do the whole hand, and then I'll do up to the elbow, and then you pounce it off. And it's not going to look like much because it's flesh and it's light colored flesh at that. So it's just going to make the vinyl look, the painting, it's going to make it look softer. If that's, and I'll show you what I mean. It's just going to make it look softer. Let me get all of that off. From the bottom to the top, let's see, let's get you in the light. From, see, it's wet and this one's not. See, it looks softer than this one. And so it looks like that. And you can do as many coats of this as you want. Sometimes I'll do more than one. I'll do maybe 2, 3. But I'm kind of liking her color. So I may just do this one coat of color. And technically I'm going to be doing 2 coats because I'm going to mix this in with the varnish. So it's going to even be more so. It's going to be so pretty. Her skin, it's going to be pretty. And because of the mottling, how I did it on here, it looks like little veins everywhere. And I don't know if you can tell. It looks like little veins everywhere. You know? So you just, I did one leg and one foot. Now I gotta do the other foot. And that one. And then I'm at varnish. I'm probably gonna have her done tomorrow. I can put her together because like I said, I'm not rooting the hair. Well, I don't know about tomorrow. Yeah, maybe, because after I varnish, after varnish you do the nail tips, you know, if you're going to tip the nails, like make them white tip, let that dry, you're done. You can put your baby together. And yeah, so technically I could be done with this baby tomorrow. So, which would be good because it's been a month long. And then I will do a box opening and all of that, and maybe a name reveal. I don't know. That's when I'll do all my videos. I figure out how I'm gonna do it. Now I've only got her a couple of outfits, so I have to go through my stash here of outfits and find the newborn size. I think she's gonna fit newborn. Supposedly that's the size, but every time I do a newborn size, it ends up being like 0 to 3 months because I stuff them so. I kind of overstuff a little bit, because it settles and then they're too floppy, you know. I want her to be floppy in the right places, but I don't want her to be stiff either. So after I'm done with this, because by the time I'm done with it, her head's already dry. Her other limb, her other foot is already dry. I just did that hand. So by the time I'm done with the other hand. Now when you do the feet, especially if they're curled up like this one, get what you can out and then take a brush and pounce it, because you want to soak up, you don't want no pools of anything in any of the crevices because it'll look dumb. Now because her toes are squinched like that, if you look you can see kind of white in spots, and that's from squishing. And so I deliberately left it that way because that's what it looks like when they're squishing. And so now we're on the last one, and I'll show you how to mix up the other stuff, and I'll show you what I use for gloss. I gloss the nails, but I paint them first, right? I paint them first and then gloss. So after I'm done with the, I can't remember which way I do it. I don't know if I varnish first and then paint them. I paint them first. I'm pretty sure I paint first. Maybe not. I don't think it matters. If it does, I apologize. I don't think so. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint them first, okay? Paint first, then add the varnish, and then once that dries, you can add the gloss to the nails, the lips. I do a little bit in the corner of the eyes so it looks like the eyes are watery. And that's pretty much it for the gloss. I just put stuff on the lips and the nails. So this one is almost done. I'm so excited. But because you're almost done, don't get in a hurry and, oh, I'm almost done. You know what I mean? Although I feel that way, it's like, okay, I want the varnish on tonight, so it'll dry tonight, so I can put her together tomorrow. So, hubby's not going to be here for a while. So, I do got to go upstairs and let the dogs out. But I'll probably come back down. Maybe not, because this isn't going to take long to varnish. And you can always do 2 coats of that if you want, because you do thin coats, you know. So, okay. So the layers, flesh layer is on. That's gonna dry. And we are going to, I'm gonna use these sponges. And we are going to use this. We're going to get another thing. Okay, here's my stuff. And I'm going to take, like I said, I'm going to put like, okay, that should be enough. Oh, I gotta get more of this. Okay, I'm hoping that's enough. So you just put a glob of it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the flesh layer to it. And I'm going to mix it up. Mix it up really good. It's going to be the color of the flesh. Although it's mixed with white, so it's gonna be like flesh colored. So, flesh colored, like a pinky color. So move that out of the way. We are going to make sure your hands are clean before you pick up your baby. Now I start at the back. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go from ear to ear, down, around the ear. I'm going to put this inside the ear, around the ear, the neck. I'm also going to put some of this on the rim because I didn't buy the rings for this. So you're just going to do a coat inside the ring and it helps it slide to move it. Okay, so we've done ear to ear. Done the ears, done the back. Make sure you did a good job of putting the varnish on here. And then you're gonna take this sponge and you're gonna tap it in. Now you're gonna have to use a brush to get inside the ear, but you can pounce as much as you can. And I don't know if you can tell, you can see that it's wet. And I don't know if I'll be able to show you how you can tell that you've already pounced it or not. It's not gonna come up on video, but you're gonna pounce it and it's gonna look kind of like tacky. By looking at it, you can tell that it's like tacky. And that's how you know you have done that area and so forth. Okay. Now I'm gonna take another brush and brush around the ear. Inside the ear, you want all of this to blend in. Brush it out. And tap it best you can. And do the same to the other side. Get inside that ear, back behind that ear, and bounce it out. Okay, that's the back. So you can tell that the flesh is on there. I think it looks really good. It's made it a lot softer from here to here. So it's pretty good. Pretty happy with it. And you're gonna take more and go the front of the ear. We've already done the ear, so we're just gonna do the front of the forehead. Front of the forehead and the eyes. If you have opened eye babies, you're gonna do this before you put your eyes in. Eyes go in last. And you're gonna get around the nose and all those crevices, the cheeks, any spot that you've missed, the lips, around the neck line. That, okay? And this doesn't dry fast like paint does. So you've got a minute, you know, to get it on there and pounce it. So I tend to do one side, then I go and do like side of the nose, then side of the, you know, I split it even more. Now I'm using the same sponge because there's already flesh color on it, so it's even more so adding that color in. And you want to do that. So way cute. Okay, a piece right there I didn't do. On the nose. So there's the head. The head takes the longest because, you know, you're doing it in spots. I want to make sure that I get everything out of the crevices the best you can. There. Try not to touch it. Put it back on your holder and let it dry. Way cute. She's gonna be cute. She is cute. She came out cute. So now you're just gonna do your limbs. I'm gonna pick up another sponge now because that one is getting kind of yucky. Make sure when you do the toes, you get between the toes. Make sure you rub it really well and that it gets all blended in really well. Okay? So, do the foot to the ankle. Tap it out. Get between the toes real good. You can do up the leg, because like I said, it doesn't dry that quick. So you do have a little bit of time And because I used a lot on the brush, I'm gonna do that. And go up to the knee. And then pounce it out. She's so cute. And there's always something about it that you always, you know, you had a hard time with, and you don't think you're ever gonna, it's like, ugh, didn't come out right. Should I strip it? Should I strip it? You know what? I don't do that for two reasons. One, it's a learning curve. And if you decide to sell the baby, you can always do it as a boo-boo baby. You still make money, you know. But it adds character to it. Like sometimes I'll miss a speck of dirt, right? And it is in there as soon as you varnish, right? As soon as you varnish, it's in there. So it's not gonna come out. It's a birthmark. I leave it as, and there's a couple right here because I couldn't get them off. And so she has a couple little, they look like freckles. They look like little freckles. So it's just adding character to the doll. And it makes, I think it makes it look cute. So now we're gonna take our dry brush. I don't know how dry it is, but we're gonna get in between these toes, because we do not want that to stick in there. I gotta text on B real quick. Yes. And white. He's asking about cheese because Ariel wants some of, she likes yellow cheese. I hate yellow cheese on sandwiches. And I mean, I'll eat it. I don't like it though. And Mama, doesn't taste any different. Yes, it does. So he's getting, I told him to get both. Yes, white. What? Yes. Both. He's not understanding what I'm telling him to do, which is typical because he usually doesn't do the shopping, so gotta give him a little bit of credit, you know. He's doing it on his own. Okay, now you're gonna do from underneath the knee, to the top. Oh, all right. Okay, there's no white. Okay, that's stupid. Must be a shortage on white cheese. And like I said, you want to go through the rim of this. It makes it so it's slippery. Okay, and make sure you get in the crevices. All right, so now we're going to do this part. And you can see where you're pouncing, so you can tell where you've left a line, you know, where you've been, kind of where you've been. Where you been and what you been doing? Excuse me. And you want to make sure you get inside the crevices really, really good. That's usually when I take a brush, especially on these bent legs. These bent little legs. Okay, so take the brush and brush it out so it's nice and smooth. There we go. There's a leg. We're halfway. Now the other leg, let's do them in order. See, it's way different. Okay, here's one that we varnished. Here's the one that we didn't varnish. I don't know if you can tell the difference. See, this is the one we varnished. This is the one we didn't. See, the more red tint, because I put red in it, but it's more smooth. See that? So that's what you want. So, and that's what makes the baby is so cute. So now we're going to do the same thing. Put varnish on, do the foot to the ankle, and if you want, you can go up the leg if you feel confident enough to do that. I do, because I want to get it done. And I got other stuff to do. So tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to show you guys because I don't want you to see her now until she's done, until we do the box opening. So you can see how she came out. You see how she came out, but once you put her together, that's where you fall in love. Well, sometimes you'll fall in love with like her little face, like her face is so dang cute. So, so I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You are going to finish this, let it dry overnight or a couple nights, however you feel comfortable. Then you are going to take your white paint or cream color paint, or if you don't want to do tips, don't do tips, okay? If you don't like that look, don't do it, okay? If you are going to do tips, then get a teeny tiny brush, and I mean like small. Let's see if I can find one that I use. This one, it's cut. See how small that is? And you are going to make little nails. You know, you're going to do your line across the top to make it look like nails, you know. And you're going to let that dry, because you're not going to do like a monstrous coat. It's going to be, and I use actual paint. I don't water it down. I don't do anything with it. I just use paint. You're using such a small amount that it's not gonna matter. And then soon as you gloss it, it locks it in, so it's not gonna come off. Oh, through wear and tear, I'm sure it will. But if you have some of this varnish left that you've mixed up, or you can take a little bit, open it up and just take a little bit and just put it on the nails itself if you want. If you want to be really secure with it, then do that. Just remember that it's got to dry if you do that, okay? My brush is getting too yucky. So you're gonna do the nail tips, okay? And then you're gonna gloss them with your gloss. Let me show you what I use. That's right. Gloss varnish. That's what I use. You're gonna put that on the nails, let it dry. Let it dry, and you're done. You know, you're gonna put gloss on the lips. I put a little bit in the corner, in the inner corner, so it makes it look like it's crying almost, you know, watery. You can do that or not do that if you don't want to. Okay, now we're gonna do the top of the leg. Like I said, make sure you go through the rim here. Make sure you go around. To the back of the knee. And those little crevices. Pounce away. Pounce away. So after you're done with the varnish or the gloss, you're done. You can put your baby together. Weight it. I have another video on here where you can go watch that. Putting the baby together. I'm not sure what playlist it's in. I do have it on a playlist though. Let's put a baby together, and you're gonna. I have a scale. That nylons. You're gonna need nylons, some fiber fill, some glass beads. Okay. And you're gonna fill your baby. Maybe you don't want it weighted. You just want a nice, fun baby. Just use polyfill and fill her up, and that's fine. She's done. She's nice and squishy. She's not gonna have any weight, but you're gonna put glass beads inside the limbs. I don't buy the plugs. I make my own with cardboard and put it on there, and call it good. They're not gonna come out. It's not gonna come out. But yeah, then you're gonna weight it, and you're gonna make a belly. So you're gonna take one of the nylons, and you're gonna put glass beads in there. You can measure it and put it on a scale to how big it is, you know, how much you want it to weigh. Usually newborn weighs anywhere from 3 pounds to 4 pounds, actually, somewhere in there. Mine roughly weigh between 3 and 4 pounds, depending on the body and what I do. So this one, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't think I want her to, she'll probably end up weighing probably 4 pounds, because I'm gonna put some in the head. And that's the other thing. If you want to do a magnet, you glue the magnet in the mouth. Make the magnet passy first. Glue a magnet on there, okay? Then take the opposite magnet, and you're going to glue it in the mouth. You're going to drop it in there, put the passy up against the mouth that's glued on, and it'll stick there. Hold it there, and then glue it on the inside. Let that glue sit for a long time. Let it set. People use E6000. They use all kinds of glues. It's your preference. I don't like E6000. For me, it never works right. I don't know if I'm using it right or not. I don't know, probably not. But I use tacky glue. I use the Aleene's tacky glue or Gemtech, and it glues. It glues good. And I usually, once the magnet is in there and there's glue all over it, I cut a piece of felt, and I put that over it on the inside so it adheres even more so it's not going to move. So, but if you don't, you can always you know, do role play and pretend, you know, that, you know how to do it. So do it that way, whichever works for you. I'll probably do a video on that, because a lot of people want to know how to do that. It's not hard. It's really easy. And if you've bought a baby and you want to make more pacifiers for her, you got to do the same thing. Take a magnet before it's glued onto the passy, right? Put it on the mouth, see which way it's gonna fit on there, you know, that it attaches. Then you can glue it to the pacifier of your choice, you know, but you want to see which way it is, because some pacifiers, if you don't do it right, it won't stick, you know, it makes it not, it doesn't adhere, because you put the magnet in backwards. Then you have to start all over again, take it off and redo it. It's a pain in the butt. But you can make your own pacifier magnets if you want. You can even put it on the top of the head, on the inside, and make little bows, you know, however you want to do it. But I think we'll worry about that when I get to it. But that's what you can do. We're glossing, I mean, we're varnishing. We're almost done. This is the last one. It's got to dry overnight. Then, if I want to, which I probably will, before I go upstairs, I'm going to do the nails. And then that way it'll dry overnight. And it'll be all done so I can gloss tomorrow. So, sorry guys, I'm from here on out, I'm not going to do a video of her. Just make sure you varnish really well. And if you're worried about it, because we're doing thin coats, and if you're really worried that it might not take or whatever, you can put another, tomorrow or whatever, how long you let it dry, you can put another coat on. Make another coat if you want. Just do thin layers. Like, you know, I actually did too much. I'm wasting a lot of that. And you don't want to waste it because it's expensive. But it is what it is. I put way too much in there. I thought I was going to do more than what I did, but that's okay. Just make sure that you take all the excess off, you know, especially in little fists. You want to get this through the lines, get it off the lines so it's not in there, because that's going to look awful. Still have some in there. But my brush is getting yucky. And this stuff does have a little bit of an odor to it. It's not totally bad, but it does have an odor. If you get it up next to your face, like I'm doing, it does have an odor. Okay. There we go. I think we did good. There was blue on her knuckle. You can see it right there. When I got this kit, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it just looks like a little bruise. It's fine. All right, so that is going to dry. I did all the limbs. See, it still looks like there's something in there. It's not though, it's just the way it looks. Okay, now I'm done with this. These are gonna throw away because they'll get hard and gross. I wasted some of this. I actually will, what I'll do, because I don't want to waste it, I am going to put it on the head. And I'll just do another layer on the head. Because I don't want to waste it. I don't think I'm going to do it in the ears again, but I'm just going to do it on the head. Oh, there's a lot in here. Crap. Well, that's why I said you do a little at a time, because you can always mix up more. But I didn't listen to myself. And there's still a lot. Crud. Well, it looks like I'm going to waste a little bit of it. Not much. You can't save it, so... which kind of sucks. Just tap into it. I mean, I can keep putting layers on it until I'm done. But I don't really want to do that either. So we will just call it good. There's not much left. Enough. I could probably do all the limbs and stuff all over again. And maybe I'll do the legs again too. Just make sure you get all the crevices. And you can tell where you've patted and where you haven't, and you will see that once you do this. It's hard to show on video, so I'm sorry. But you can, I promise, you can see it. You can see where you've patted and where you haven't, because it just looks wet, and you can see the texture. Air conditioner just came back on. It should start be cooling off outside, so it shouldn't be coming on as much. But, all right. She's cutie. I just did the head over again. It's okay. I'm just gonna, it's just a little bit left. It's not a whole lot. I just feel bad wasting it. And make sure you rinse your brushes really, really good, because they will get hard. So I rinse them with my little water that I have down here, that I have in the bowl here. And then I take them upstairs and wash them too when I take everything else up. I just make sure I get all that crud out, because it does stick and it makes your brushes hard. So I'll have to take those upstairs. Throw that one away. Okay, so now we're done with these colors. This is the white I'm going to use. And like I said, I just take a little bit. I use the cap. And then I use this little teeny brush. Little teeny brush. And get one of them. You can use you could use a toothpick too. That works the best, actually. I don't know if I have another one down here. I do, it's right here. Toothpick works the best with these little hands. And you just take it and just draw a line across. And if you have to go back over it or take some off, put it in the water and take it off. I usually have one side that doesn't have water on it or doesn't have paint, so you can take it off. There. And this one just has those two and a thumb. See if you can see. See? Just a little bit. That one is done. And I'll let it dry. Like I said, I'll come down here tomorrow and I will put gloss on. This one has all the fingernails. So you're just going to do one at a time. And this is where I should probably have a magnifying glass, because I can see up close, but only so far. And nails aren't perfect, so don't try to get it perfect. I just do a very, very thin line. And I decided not to do more pink on the nail, because when I did it earlier, when we were doing it, it's fine. See the little, see how cute? Okay. So that's done, and we'll do the toes. I'm so excited. She's finally gonna be done. I can put her together tomorrow and give her hugs. And sometimes the nail doesn't look like it's even there. So you just do a really thin line. See, that middle toe doesn't look like it has one, so we will put a little more on there. There, there's our little toes. Little tootsies. Let's do the last one. And then we're done. Guys, done. And like I said, putting them together is not hard. You got your ties. And if you bought a bodies, they usually come with them. If not, then you want those really thin ones, the zip ties. And to put the, oops, I did too much there. Gotta take that off. Take that off. Might have to use a brush to brush it off. Paint. Sometimes I'll use my nails too, just to wipe it, or a Q-tip. I have a Q-tip here too. There we go. That one's done. All right, she's done. She's gone dry. And then we will put her together. I do the limbs first. I fill up the limbs, so I get them to where I need them to be, what I want them to weigh. I am going to put all my sponges away. I'm going to clean up my desk, and I just need this out, and my glue. Oh, I don't need that one. I just need this one with the nails. Okay, done. Okay. I'll take my brushes all upstairs. I'll use keep my toothpick here because I use it. So guys, that is it for Flush. This is almost an hour long video. And we're done. We're just gonna gloss this in the morning when those are dry. And I'm gonna do a little bit, like I said, you're gonna use that same brush, a small brush, and you're gonna put it in between. I put mine in here, you don't have to. Sometimes I put it around the nose a little bit too. I gloss the lips, and then the nails, you're done. You can put your baby together however way you want, weigh it the way you want, and yeah, and have a huggable baby. Give him a kiss for me, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this little paint with me. We're done. I hope yours comes out really well if you're doing one. If you are, send me a picture, tinytoesrebornnursery@gmail.com. I'd love to see it, or if you do videos yourself, put up a video and tag me so I can go look at it, so I can watch it and see how it comes out. So we are officially done with this baby until the next one, which I'm not sure when that'll be. I have a few under here, but this one is actually for me. So I say that, and then I turn around and sell them. But I will do, because after she's glossed and stuff, that's got to dry before you do a magnet. And so maybe I'll do one with you so you can see, but you're gonna take, I can kind of go over it with you real quick here. Get your passy. I don't know if I have one. I do have one. Okay, this one, I cut off the nub, okay? And you find a passy that fits her. This one is probably newborn size. So you wanna kind of put it in here So it works with her, right? So you're going to glue the magnet on here. Then you're going to place it upside down, upside down. So you can put the, then you're going to drop the magnet in there, and it's going to adhere to where this magnet is, right? And you're going to leave it there, right? And then you're going to just plop it, and you're going to let it dry. You're going to glue it and let it dry. Very important. If you don't let it dry, it'll come undone. So you want to let it dry. And then while you're gluing it in there, I use hot glue to push it up in there to hold it, but I also do this glue so it's together, so it holds it while the other one is drying on. And then I put a piece of felt around it, and that holds it even more so. And I really like this passy, so I might use it for this one. And she's so cute. Look at how cute. See? She's so cute. So that's how you do it. It's really easy. You get a passy, the one that you like or whatever, cut the nipple off, find your magnets, right? You need a heavy duty one on the inside. Then you can use kind of like a regular, you can buy these anywhere, those little round ones. And then you make one and make sure that it works, and then you can take another passy. So you want to make it with this one, right? And you're going to make sure the magnet's right on here, and you're going to glue it the right way on here. And then after you got them glued on, make sure you put a piece of felt over it so it doesn't hurt the paint of the doll. So that's how you do it. It's really easy, guys. It's really easy. You just take your time. Just with all of this, take your time. And I might just sit here and varnish these now and then go upstairs. And then it'll dry overnight. I can do my magnet. I can put her together. Probably take about an hour to put her together, but you can't put her head together until that magnet dries. You can put all the body together and everything, but you can't put the head on until that dries on the inside. Then you can do it. So I just take this and I put a little bit in the cap. Move it out of the way. Oh, that stuff stinks. That one smells a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to take another brush. Take this and do the lips. Do the lips. Do the lips. See, it's wet. You can see where I've done it. And I do a little bit by the nose. Not much, just a little bit. Looks like the nose is running. And then I do teardrops. I am going to root lashes on her. And those are easy. The easiest thing to root are eyelashes. Especially if you're new to rooting, get a closed-eyed baby first so you don't get discouraged. Get a closed-eyed baby and do the eyelashes. Nothing else, just the eyelashes. So you can get a feel of what it's like, because it's really easy. Okay, so you can see the gloss on the lips. Once she's in person, you'd love her. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, then you just do your nail tips. I just take the gloss and just put it on. I mean, they're teeny tiny. It takes like 2 seconds, and then it's just gotta dry, you know? And it'll dry overnight. Nobody touching it. Nobody messing with it. The cats know not to get up on my table because they've been sprayed, they've been shooed off, they know not to get up here. They don't get up here. They know better. cute. And just like anything else, you'll have one side that comes out better than the other one. That's okay. And it takes not long at all to do this. And you can do a couple coats or one coat, whatever you feel. I think one is going to do it. There we go. I think I did both of them right. Yep. They're all shiny. They're all shiny. Okay. We're done now. Now we're officially done. No more to be had. Drip that back in there. Glue it on. There we go. Rinse that off. Take your brushes upstairs. Your paints. I throw away this one because I don't want to get anything else on the baby, and I've used both sides already. And I will put down a new one and for the glass beads, because I don't want it everywhere. So I do get it out a new one, and then when I'm all done, I make sure it's all cleaned off so I can use it for the next baby. So we are done. So an hour long. So I hope you enjoyed our last video of the flesh layer and varnish and nail tip and gloss. We're done. You are done. Put the baby together however you want, and you will, next time you see her, will be in a box opening. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And it's always down in the playlist. It's Paint With Me series. There's a bunch of them in there. This one's in there. This is day 9. So I think it's day 9, maybe. If you split it up, it'd be 9, 10. But I did it all in one because we've been down here for 2 hours. And she's done. I wanted to finish her. I really did. Wanted her done this weekend. She's going to be done, but she's not done. You know what I mean? I still got to put the magnet in. Her body will be put together this weekend. But totally done. She'll be done by next week. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And we will see you in the next one. Enjoy. Bye.